What is going on today, guys? Want to give you guys a quick and concise update. Markets have pumped up today. I've been long. This is one of my longs. Actually, shout out to the crypto lifer. Shout out to Sam because he was the one who actually called out kind of this long setup when he was on my stream the other day. I didn't post about this in the Discord, unfortunately, but I took it because I liked how it looked. So, I mean, obviously, not every trade is going to be a winner, but congrats if you did take it. I've writ it up, took some more profits earlier, a little bit earlier today, so realized $2,400. So I'm really happy about this one. And in the Discord, I have an ETH long that just hit a winner, and then there was a Matic long, a Crypto.com long. If you want info on there, I don't think it's too late to get into those. So check it out down below if you guys are interested. Really great community. Yeah, we got Lanacore in there, we got Crypto Bulls on, we got KMAC. Both of them have been doing excellent. They've been kind of sharing their crypto portfolios in there as well. I don't want to show it too much, but I post my weekly DCAs every week. So it's kind of that area where retail is kind of still asleep. It's an exciting freaking time. It's an exciting effing time in crypto, man. It is. It's awesome. You love to be here with these times. So it's super exciting. So let's get into the analysis here. Without further ado. So, trigger wave right here, that's our 10-hour hitting this spiral line. So it's probably going to give us, at least a speed bump, at least a traffic stop. Looking on your larger time frames, I mean, your 5-day does look pretty decent for continuation with the VWAP coming up. Same with kind of your weekly right there. I do see a lot of kind of good things overall. Your RSIs are gapped, but they're curving up on your 16-hour. And, if we could just break above here where we are right now, we got a little bit at, 45.6, that wick right there. Then after that, I mean, obviously in between, 47, if you look deep enough, you could find a place in between everywhere. Let's draw a fib level here. Yeah, I mean, that big pocket, that whole pocket around 45 is big. You break above there, obviously. The fibs don't lie usually. 46.8 is big. And then after that, you're coming up to 48 again, theoretically. We're in February right now. If we could break above those areas, 54, the 50s, that would be wild if we could, kind of get there pre-halving. So, I mean, I've still been DCing to this market, primarily altcoins, which have been doing really well for the most part. I know some we'll talk about in a second. Bitcoin dominance is creeping up a little bit today, I think. Some altcoins still might be bleeding against Bitcoin, but I think we're in kind of the later stages of that. So, we'll talk about it, but I think that ETH is probably bottomed out against Bitcoin. Could be wrong though. And then getting into looking over here, I mean lower time frames. You're getting a bear div on your 15-minute money flow coming out, so it definitely hitting a traffic stop. I don't know if I think it's the best idea to go short necessarily right now. We're not necessarily hitting anything of major importance at the moment, but yeah, a little bit of a traffic stop. Based on the macro, things still generally kind of look good here. Even that 2-day, as RSIs, it looks like we could continue a bit farther here. Interesting pattern, very interesting pattern. This is like a diamond pattern, which it doesn't come up too much, a diamond kind of pattern, type thing. And a lot of people, I guess you could do that. A lot of people try to, I mean, it's a little bit subjective. I would probably, I mean, the real kind of, real up to top, kind of, if you break downward from that, that's bringing you back down to 33K, which some people have talked about that. But if it's bringing you up, yeah, that's that area. So I think eventually you could get up to that kind of 57 mark, which would be beautiful, for this market. So really exciting in that respect. Let's move on to Ethereum a little bit right now. Still have a long in, locked in profits on the long on Ethereum that I've been in. That was a nice call out. Took some time to get there. I know a lot of people, just wanted to say it, like I was saying in the stream, a lot of people have been kind of apathetic in this market. It's a patience game. One of the biggest trading quotes that people say is trading is a lot of taking money from the impatient and giving it to the patient. And I think that's very relevant in these market conditions. And I think I made a lot coming up, being patient in my longs and kind of waiting here. Trigger wave, money flow crossover. If we could hold and break above this area, we're looking at 2,500. If you break above there, 2,600, which would be beautiful if we could get there. Hourly money flow, a lot of the money flows in these lower time frames still look generally pretty good. Trigger wave forming right there in the 6 minutes. So very short term and macro still looking generally pretty strong at the moment. I'm trying to think like kind of the bearish case. Yeah, if you get that red dot in your 2 week, I mean, a high anchor wave is always going to be kind of bearish, you know. But right here in September 2020, you came down a bit, and then, you know, you're right up for a while. So, yeah, I mean, it's nothing too concerning as of yet. Nothing majorly concerning. Wanted to talk about a few coins that I really like right now. Matic is one. You know, I think kind of a weird reverse head and shoulders, but I think you're going to kind of break upward and potentially get up to, I mean, one target, yeah, right around there, that wick, 95, and then get up to 99 potentially, which would be really nice here. The thing that, just looking at it, yeah, the trigger wave, I really love the trigger wave in the 4-day. That looks so good right there on Matic. It don't get much better than that, guys. If we confirm in a day, it don't get that much better than that. And what even put some icing on top of the cake here, makes it even a little bit nicer is, yeah, I mean, that against ETH, you know, right there, that's even that pattern. I mean, you break upward. I mean, you guys know I like Matic. That's one of my favorites. I mean, yeah, one of my top holdings for altcoins. So I think we're going to see a lot of relief against ETH here. Crypto.com as well. This is one that I think could jump up here. Yeah, I'm not going to, it's a lot of the time frames obviously look the same, but you know, that 4-day kind of trigger wave to the anchor waves right there. Money flow coming up, mind you, which gets even better, potentially coming back up to 9.5 cents. You know, really good right there. I really like how that's, you know, kind of looking. Then trigger waves, all that. You know, weekly, you know, you got your correction downward. Now it looks like you're cleaning up and you're getting ready to come up higher. So that is so exciting, man. That is getting all emotional over these charts. I could be wrong, full disclosure. I could be wrong. This is not financial advice, but things look better than they've looked in a while. There's never going to be 100%. Chainlink, similar to the rest of the market, obviously. I mean, I think you could hold, if you could hold this area, potentially get up to $21 next. I did a nice DCA into Chainlink, you know, about a week ago. That's up a good amount. Really happy with that. It looks good on the macro. ApeCoin, you guys know I like ApeCoin, trigger wave right there, one of the riskier plays. I like the daily here. I think Yuga Labs. I have no idea if the Bored Apes and all those NFTs are going to get anywhere near old all-time highs. I mean, I don't know what the hell it was. What $1 million for a Bored Ape, but I think, you know, I think they're going to do something. I think all this stuff is going to do something in this cycle. And I mean, just curious about Ape versus Ethereum. You know, hitting that big point. Hopefully, we can make a higher low here, which it looks like we might. A little bit tricky there. I mean, you get the yellow X, but that's at 5 yellow X's. Usually that does mark a bottom with money flow coming up. So we'll see what happens here. Blood Diamond is concerning on the 2-day. I mean, that one was a pretty good sell signal. Did come down a lot. This one may be a buy signal. We'll see. Solana, old favorites. You know, one of the big ones, big market caps. Reverse head and shoulders forming. Break upward, probably get up to 116. I like the trigger wave. You know, I think the main bear case is if we get, you know, a red dot here on the 3-day, that could bring us down. So yeah, but I think if we could break above here, that does look pretty good for Solana theoretically. And I think a lot of the trade would be this kind of reverse head and shoulders forming on a lot of these, you know, kind of coming up. Bitcoin dominance, the last two things I want to talk about right now. Bitcoin dominance, trigger wave. This one worked out really well. This one potentially could bring us higher, you know, on the 5-day, green dot in the weekly. But the thing is, like, the money is generally coming down in the 2-week. You got your gap to RSIs. They're starting to curve up, but you still have that bear div that could play out in the 2 weeks. So, I mean, and then the monthly, look right there. That wave and then that wave kind of marked the general top of it in, you know, November of 2019. In the 4-year cycle, we're still, you know, late 2023 to early 24 would be where that was in this kind of cycle, that area to get into the altcoins, at least the ones that, you know, did well, the ones with good fundamentals that came back. So we could come up higher, sure, for Bitcoin dominance, but it's not too concerning to me. And I don't really, anything could happen, but I don't really think we're going to get much higher than 57 here. You know, we just got to see what happens here. We got to watch this. ETH Bitcoin, very interesting. 3 blood diamonds, you know, all of these blood diamonds pretty much have brought us down historically for ETH versus Bitcoin. I guess you could argue this one's finally going to be the one that doesn't work. Nothing is ever going to work 100% in this game. And on the weekly, you have money flow trying to, very deep, trying to come up maybe. I mean, if it's like this, though, you're wrecked. But I mean, in the way of the 4-year cycle, I kind of don't think that's going to happen. And I like these trigger waves. I like that 2-day. I like the money flow coming up on the daily. I like a lot of this stuff. You know, I really like a lot of a lot of stuff that's showing up here. And I do think that ETH is a pretty good buy against Bitcoin right now. We'll see if this even confirms. 3 days to confirm. We'll see what happens here. But it's not scaring me too much. And then monthly anchor wave printing. 2 week, I mean, you're in the red. You're starting to curve back up. Kind of neutral on that 2 week. 3 week, I think, is pretty good with the anchor wave confirmed. And then gap to our size coming up. So I would kind of go with that. I mean, it depends how much you like ETH. I like ETH. I mean, I don't know what could happen with ETH. Imagine like long-term, like real reverse head and shoulder type situation. And then, oh my golly, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, what kind of jump against, if you could hit that 4x against Bitcoin, I think that's a little bit too much, but you could potentially get up to here, you know, in the next year or something, next year to 18 months. I think that's absolutely possible right there. And by the way, guys, if you want to trade, check out the link down below. For FAIRDESK right now, we give away $100 every week to one person. That's not just my link deposits any amount. It does one futures trade. I'm also doing a promo if you want a free month in my exclusive Discord channels. Sign up to FAIRDESK down below. If you deposit at least $100, open a support ticket in the free Discord with your UID. I will give you one free month in the Discord and the premium channels. I think you guys will like it a lot. So yeah, that's all I got right now, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Goodbye.